pocket spoon. Good morning. Feeling a bit weird today, gotta be honest with you guys. Feeling a bit tactilely annoyed. I think my brain decided the sensory information to boost to top priority today is sensory. Because my t-shirt doesn't feel right. Constantly adjusting it. My pants don't feel right. My socks feel weird. They shouldn't. Everything I'm wearing today is freshly cleaned and crisp, and maybe that's what it is. It still smells of washing detergent, which it shouldn't, by the way. Your clothes shouldn't stink of washing detergent when you wash them. That means something's been left behind, which means they're not clean, which means they haven't been rinsed properly. Clean clothes should smell of nothing. Dear laundry detergent makers, please stop putting scents in your laundry detergent. Or at least give us one unscented option. So, this morning's plan. We've got mottled cloud. The sun's pretty high already because it's daylight savings, so everything's an hour off. Once I have my breakfast and pack everything away, I might see if I want to go for a wander in the botanical gardens before I leave this place. Because I didn't do it yesterday, obviously. It would be a shame to waste it twice. But again, feeling weird today, so I don't know. There is no other plan for today. It is a Sunday, which limits options. Now that I know what my plan is for PAX, actually, I might go into Bendigo, where there's more shops to choose from, and have another sweep through the camera department of some of the stores. Again, still having trouble finding a proper camera store that's outside of Melbourne's nightmarish traffic. But yeah, JB and stuff has some stuff. So I might be able to spot something that is helpful. Can't think of anything immediately off the top of my head that I need. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. No, I can't, because I've got a workaround for that. Sorry. I should articulate what I'm thinking, but it's a small thing. It's a cable thing. It's not interesting. So, I'm going to have my coffee and my bickies. And, I might head north to Bendigo, see what's up. Maybe get a proper meal while I'm there. Because all I've had is camp food while I'm here, which is fine. But it might be time to have another one of those high-fat, high-carb meals. All right. See you in the next edit. Very calm morning, isn't it? It's lovely. All right, so clouds rolled in. Just between the time of me, having my breakfast, putting the van back into vehicle mode instead of camp mode. The clouds rolled in and the lights just got all grey again. And it doesn't look like it's going to pass. Very thick clouds all the way to the horizon. So, I think we'll skip the botanical gardens after all. I wasn't, again, really feeling up for it. There's something up with me today. I'm a little bit irritable, and I don't know why. I don't know whether the sensory issues being ramped up today are causing the irritation, or the irritation is causing the sensory issues. It could be either one. That's just the way things work with an autistically wired brain. I mean, I slept fine. Yesterday was pretty relaxing. The back is not so bad this morning. I don't know, man. I don't know what's up. Also, failed to fix whatever is wrong with the GoPro. I got it recording again. I think there was something iffy with the SD card. I flashed it to the latest firmware, but for whatever reason, every time I plug it into the Mac to pull the footage off, directly, the application that I use, which is an Android reader thingy that you have to use for the GoPro on the Mac because the GoPros are weird, and they present themselves like a Android file system instead of just a regular file system to mount the drive. It's annoying. But yeah, it keeps saying it refuses to connect. Like the GoPro says, hey, USB connection. And the little app on the Mac goes, can't connect to that. Like I recognize it's an Android. That's why I'm here. I popped up going, hey, Android. No, can't talk to that one. So the workaround is every time I want to pull the files off, I have to pull out the card, pull out the little mini dock thing I've got, plug in the mini dock, plug this into the SD reader on the mini dock, pull the files across, and then reverse the whole process. It's not a big deal. It's just fiddly and annoying, especially when you used to just plugging the GoPro into the computer and sucking the files off. Pulling the files off. Copying the files across. What was I talking about? Well, that was quick. Sunday morning drive on a freeway is extremely pleasant. It's basically no other cars around. It's just you on the tarmac. And I wish every day could drive like that. Actually, the drive did surprisingly chill me out a little bit. I don't feel quite as restless or anxious. Maybe my brain is getting used to being on the go all the bloody time, and now it's expecting that input. I hope that doesn't hang around long if and when I finally get a place to live. Although I suppose I could still go for a drive or a walk. Nothing stopping me from doing that. Still though, weird sensation. But yeah, barely entered the city limits of Bendigo, I guess. The scrap on the map that counts as Bendigo. And I spotted a Hungry Jack's, and all of a sudden my whole system was like, yep, we need some Hungry Jacks in our system. Because all I had for breakfast was those bickies, so it's not as if I don't need the food. I was planning on having something a little bit healthier. Don't know what exactly, but that was the plan. Just have something good for me. Nah, I'm having Hungry Jacks. Tell you what, maybe I'll pick the chicken option. That's healthy, right? Chicken is healthier than beef. That's the health food option at fast food. Yeah, I need Hungry Jacks. Let's go. So I had my chicken, spicy chicken burger. By the way, under my glorious rule, when I come to power, rightfully and forever, fast food chains that advertise their food as spicy needs to be spicy, not just contains spice, but leaves your lips tingling. Like if the lips of a person who enjoys spicy food don't tingle after eating something they ordered that was advertised as spicy, it's not spicy. Oh well, it was at least a fulfilling meal. I ordered Fanta for the drink for the first time in, I don't know, I can't even remember the last time I had just regular Fanta. Like I've had the raspberry Fanta plenty of times, it's pretty good, but the standard orange Fanta, way sweeter than I remember. Jesus. Anyway, so I was pulling out from the car park near the Hungry Jacks, and I realised the car park adjoined a much larger shopping complex than I originally thought it did. So I'm going to hop out and have a look around. I think there's a Kmart here, there's a pet store here, I think there's a craft store I might take a poke around in. Yeah, I think today's just one of those poke around kind of days. See what we find. It's yours?
Hello.
Hello. Bit of a poke around, correct decision. Found myself an astonishingly friendly miniature poodle just hanging out outside a store waiting for their owner to come back out. And had a good 5 minutes, a little playtime with it actually. Only got one shot, which was when the owner was at the checkout and the doggo had noticed, so didn't get any shots of his face, but the doggo playtime was for me, not for you. Yeah, very, 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 very friendly little pupper. That really didn't scratch the itch like I thought it would. Nice little walk, I guess. It's been about 45 minutes slowly trundling around. But still feel restless again. Need to shake that off. Anyway, let's continue deeper into Bendigo. Find that JB and see if they've got anything slightly tempting. It's not like I'm trying to spend money, but I do have a nasty habit of wanting to go to a PAX with at least one bit of new equipment to test. Just it helps make things more interesting. And of course I should not be spending money, but I don't know. I'm on the lookout for something. Maybe that should be the gimmick actually. Find the cheapest, naffiest piece of crap and see if I can press it into service as something actually reliable. Should that be the gimmick? Nope, that wasn't the jam either. I don't know what my brain wants me to be doing right now, but I'm not doing the things it wants me to be doing. I'm just becoming more and more agitated and restless. What the hell, man? Right, next stop along the way, I went to Public Park. Really, really nice one, actually. but it is also really, really popular and very busy today, of course. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. Well, barely noon. Lots of families with their kids and some food trucks around. Bendigo really is a very pretty city. But yeah, I can't chill out here either. All the nice places with shade are taken up by lovely couples on dates or families having picnics, so there's nowhere for me to sit and chill out in my gentle solitude. So, I don't know. I feel so weird today, man. In any case, we are literally a fistful of days away from PAX at this point. So I need to be a little more specific about where I'm going to be and when. On Thursday, today's Sunday for your reference when I'm recording this, on Thursday I'll need to check into the motel, then I'll need to get a tram or walk into the city centre, then down to the conference place thing, the convention centre, and pick up my pass, my media pass, or Crater Pass I think I got. And then eventually back to the motel to get the gear sorted, get my gear bag all packed, make sure everything's charged, make sure everything's ready, clear off space on the drives, all that kind of stuff. And then Friday, into it for the next few days. So before then, we need to plan on Tuesday or Wednesday doing laundry to make sure I've got all of the clean clothes possible, because you never know what's going to happen at a convention. So that leaves tomorrow relatively free for etc. So what I might do today is I'm in Bendigo at the moment, which is a couple of hours out of Melbourne, on the west side, northwest, doesn't really matter. What I might do is skip over the north side of Melbourne, so Melbourne's down here, Bendigo's here. I'll just go whoop over the next couple of days, because the motel I'm staying at is on the eastern side-ish. So to get to the motel with the least amount of Melbourne traffic, I want to be on a certain side of Melbourne to drive in nice and clean. So yeah, I might revisit a couple of places I was at before, on that side of Melbourne. Alright, a soft plan is starting to form. For the rest of today, I might go find one of those truck stops, one of those big truck stops, and sort of plant myself there for the remainder of the day and evening. And then tomorrow, which is Monday, we'll start travel proper over to here. Spend a day or two there, do the laundry on the way back. Yeah, okay. I've got a vague plan. So, yeah, the rest of today we'll be on the road, I think, which is fine by me, because every time I've stopped so far, my brain is going, nah, this isn't it. Alright then, let's go. There are people waiting for this parking spot, I'm sure. Because at the moment all the parking spots are taken. So let me make room for a family or someone on a date or something. Let's not be selfish. Let's go. Okay, made it to this to the truck stop, and as you may be able to ascertain by the difficulty with which I am communicating right now, I've crashed out pretty hard. And I don't fully understand why, which is annoying. Because when you are autistic, you keep track of what's going on, especially if you're autistic and bipolar. You keep close tabs on your mood, your energy level, all that kind of stuff, because if you don't, you can get yourself into very big trouble very, very quickly by not being self-aware enough and not taking the proper self-care steps to keep yourself safe, secure, as stable as possible, things like that, and avoid issue-filled situations. So yeah, feeling weird all day today, weirdly agitated, just restless. I'm still not sure what's going on, and it's a bit of a worry. But yeah, as soon as I got to the truck stop, I put up the curtains just to get prepped, because this is where I'm going to crash tonight. And I just kind of collapsed for the last 45 minutes, just completely zonked out. So I'm not sure what that's about. It's fine, I'm somewhere safe and secure, not quiet and peaceful, but safe and secure at least. Truck stop, it's fine. I'm gonna get some early dinner soon, I think, and then just sort of lock myself away back here and get to work on the video and whatnot. Slightly annoyed at the data situation at the moment. Like, I'm getting 3 bars of signal, plenty of signal, but the down speed is like dial up. Like, I can't even doom scroll TikTok. It's that bad. It's ridiculous. Not sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's just under a lot of stress at the moment. Maybe it'll get better as the evening goes on and fewer people are trying to use it in the local area. I don't know. All I know is I'm annoyed by it because I can't just chill out and scroll around the internet. And for some reason, this Macca's doesn't have their Wi-Fi on. Like, there's no Wi-Fi at the moment. Not that it's that good. I mean, the way Macca's Wi-Fi works here in Australia is you get like 60 minutes or 250 megabytes of data, whichever comes first. Although that said, I don't think I've had much issue like reconnecting after it disconnects you, or I don't know. Point is, there's no Wi-Fi I can leech off. So yeah, weird day today. I hope it's not the harbinger of something bad, like just tipping over into a depressive episode or going hypermanic. Either one would be very bad right now, especially in the lead up to PAX. Although if I'm gonna have a brief episode of either, I'd rather it happen tomorrow than the next couple of days than throughout the PAX weekend. I could manage that. So yeah, I got to keep a close eye on what's going on with my mood, energy level, agitation levels, that kind of stuff, because something's not right. And unusually for me, I can't quite pinpoint what it is. Usually I can tell, what the situation is. But yeah, all day today. Anyway, I guess we'll do a sign off just in case I don't follow this up with anything later this evening. It's still reasonably early in the afternoon as I record this, like at 3 p.m. or something. So let's do an outro. Thank you very much for your company. Hopefully tomorrow's video will be slightly more interesting. This is another one of those ones where nothing really happened. Didn't even rant about anything, did I? Don't think so. But if later doesn't occur, thank you very much for all the support. PayPal, Patreon, Super Chats, likes, comments, all that good stuff. Yeah, and we'll see what's next tomorrow. Bye.